You know, Iceland is an island. And it's a relatively big island. It's around 105,000 square meters, I think. And if you compare it, for example, with Denmark, Denmark is around 40,000 square meters, so which makes Iceland 2.5 times the size of Denmark. And in Denmark, you have around 6-7 million people living there. And in Iceland, we're only around 450,000 people. So we're almost getting to 500,000 people. And when this happens, we'll probably have a feast. But the thing is, with Iceland, it's an island in the middle of nowhere. And there we don't have any neighbors as such. You know, of course, there are other countries on planet Earth, but it's more like an idea. So I'm living here in this island, and you see news from other countries, but it's just like being in the Truman Show, you know, or living maybe in North Korea or something. You know there's something out there, but you can't really relate to it, you know, because there's nothing connected to Iceland, you know, in land, you know, like in Denmark, you have countries everywhere, or even if you're in France or whatever, Germany, you know, there's always these neighbor countries, and they've been having this, you know, cooperation, having wars and making peace and stuff like this. But we've just always been here, and nobody wants anything from Iceland because there's nothing here. So that's why there's no reason to go to war with Iceland, because there's nothing to fight about. But the thing is, because it's an island, we have this island mentality, which means that, you know, we're relatively small and few, but we don't feel small or few. We feel like we are the biggest, we are the strongest, we are the most creative, and we are the most beautiful. We're the best in everything. It's the biggest, smallest country in the world, and we can do whatever we want to. And this is really good, because it makes the, you know, great process, and we climb high, but we also fall really far, you know. And this is what happens every 10 years. Everything collapses, you know. If it's not a volcano or earthquakes, we just have, you know, this massive state bankruptcy almost, and everything goes to shit. And but we say, no problem, þetta reddast, which means no problem, we will fix it. We don't know how, but it always gets fixed. You know, this is our experience. We go through difficulties with positive attitude, and this is what makes us the biggest, smallest people in the world. Yes. And some people might say that this is some kind of like almost being psychotic. It's like the collective body of Icelanders is just like a mental patient, you know. I don't know. I really don't know. But sometimes living here, I feel like I've become mental, you know, especially with all the darkness. Oh. But if you want to visit Iceland, do so. I think Iceland should be closed during the winters. Nobody should live here. It should be more like a national park where you just fract tourists in helicopters, and you can look at the reindeers and the polar bear or whatever, and then you just leave without staying during the night, you know. But it's not like that. We stay here all year, every day. And yes, it's tragic.